Howdy-o, what do you know, this is Rabbit of ScrubLeet Academy, and we are back today, and today, I think we got one more after today for the monster manual, so I'm not going to go for any sort of, hidden guys or anything like that. We're just going to spoil it right off the bat. We're doing Horn Devils today. We're farming Horn Devils, and there is actually only one place in the entire game to go, and it is here. Defiler of the Just. Now, since this is a raid, since it's a level 30 raid, I think the only thing that we can do to justifiably show this off without me getting completely steamrolled is to go into normal mode and do it that way. So that's exactly what we'll do. Now, this one isn't quite the same as the Fall of Truth. I'm not going to be able to just run through elite mode and do an easy job of it, but we also don't need to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep up ahead of time because this one's a little tougher. It's a little tougher, and I don't want to play games with these mobs. So we'll just go ahead and we'll make sure we got everything on, bring all this in, hit it with a breath right off the bat to get rid of 2 of them, and then just get rid of the remainder with some fire. So we're just going to go in here, we're going to showcase exactly how this goes, what we're trying to do here, and then just do that thing. But these guys are pretty easy to take out, honestly. It's going to get a little more difficult when we get up there with the Horn Devils, which is what we are worried about. So the big thing we're worrying about here is we want to get Horn Devils, and they always spawn with the... Ow, that hurts, actually. They spawn with the big groups beyond this gate. Now, you have to actually beat all these mobs before you can get in there. So why don't we go ahead and try to do that right here, and just get rid of as much of that as possible. And now we've cleaned it up to the Pit Commander, so not too difficult, honestly, not too difficult. Now, Pit Fiends are not actually in the monster manual. These aren't the guys we're farming. We don't get any kills for them. We will have to clean up the entire area, though, and that means we have to go over here and see what we've got spawned up there. That was very close. So you see, it's a little sketchy, especially with this character, because he's really a hyper-offensive toon. This is not, not an ultimate respawn area, but you don't want those Archons to go down, because otherwise, you will fail the quest. And the whole point is to go after reinforcements. We got 4 of them up right now, and we have 1 Devil Commander. Now, you will notice they do not appear as Devil Commanders in the Monster Manual. So we're going to go ahead and clean that up, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you real quick. It's actually Devil Lieutenant that they'll appear as. So you should see that pop up 1 point. They don't appear as Devil Commanders, even though they say they are, so the name is actually wrong. And it's been like that since, well, time immemorial, so it's going to be like that probably forever. But then you generally have to wait about a minute and change to get the next wave going, and once the next wave is here, you'll have them spawn either from this portal or from the one that we had on the other side there. And pretty much all the time, you're going to have 1 or maybe 2 devils spawn if you're on the higher waves. I don't know if it's higher difficulty or higher waves, but if you're on the highest difficulty with the higher waves, you're generally going to see 2 of them, as far as I can remember. Now, I'm not going to show this off too much, just because we very clearly will not have the magic necessary to do too much with this. So, we're just going to go ahead and get rid of those guys, raise that Archon up, and come over here and save this Archon. Because why not? We're nice people. Let's get rid of him. Drop him, and just throw that on him to get him out of the way. And come on over here before we actually lose out on that guy. We want to make sure that we can get rid of this, get rid of that, and we'll just punch him down, because we want to go and get those reinforcements. So we're over here again. Every time you get those reinforcements, you have a chance to get what you're looking for. On higher difficulties, they tend to appear more readily, but it's a chance because of normal mode, so we don't have the ultimate sort of 100 percentile that we really want there. So I just want to show you another one just to make sure that you can see exactly where they are. I'm not super concerned about the Archons. We're not actually completing the quest in this instance. We're just going to go over here and do some reinforcements. Now, one thing you do want to notice is the reinforcement timer is not the same as the Archon timer. So you won't necessarily have Archons drop at the same time as reinforcements arrive. But we are here. There's another one, Devil Commander, who is actually a Devil Lieutenant, which technically a Lieutenant is a Commander. And he's gone, and we have another one. 119, 3 on this character. pretty quick and easy, honestly, if you've got a decent group running it on a higher stage of difficulty. But the problem is, since it's a raid, and since it's a dangerous raid especially, it's going to be a little more obnoxious to try and deal with. Especially since you need these Archons to stay alive, which we're not really focused on at the moment. But if you were running this raid properly, you definitely want them to stay alive. And we're just waiting for our devil reinforcements, and it looks like they popped up probably on this side. So we'll go over there and deal with them. And we should have, yep, there's another one. The chances are lower, but there is still a decent chance that they're gonna pop up. And that's exactly what we're hoping for. We want those guys and those guys alone. And, I mean, farming these is still pretty unfeasible. This is pretty much the only location you can actually farm out Horn Devils. But there is an option, so it's not quite unfeasible, I don't think. Especially with a group, especially with a larger group, you can get it done pretty easily. But it's gonna take you a while, so pretty much the only reason you would actually farm these guys, I think, is if you were already doing Defiler of the Just and just decided, hey, I'm gonna farm these as well. But hey, we're already losing a bunch of Archons right now. I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of this one. We really don't need to be in here anymore. I just wanted to quickly show you that. And this can be sort of its own standalone video. And I'll have our final guys, the Glabrezus, the final monster we have not covered. I'll have that covered in its own separate video. I could showcase that a little more effectively, I think, by itself than actually right now the way that it is. Now, we did actually get 2 Devil Commanders, so it's a good thing I didn't pop out just yet, because you do see that you can get a double spawn, so it does speed things up very slightly. It's just not very effective. It's unfortunate that these things are there, but honestly, farming them out, I could see why. The commanders are not going to show up with the scrubs in any particular dungeon. They're going to be commanding armies. So I can see why it would take you longer. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side. But that is all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit the like button and share this video everywhere you can. And don't forget to smack that notification button to stay up to date on all my stuff. If you're up for exploring, I do have a channel on Odyssey, which is a YouTube alternative, where I post news and maybe some other things here or there that don't necessarily show up on YouTube. And you can always stop by Twitter, Discord, or Twitch to see what's going on there. Basically, just click everything in the description and go on an adventure. Finally, if you know of anywhere else that you would generally farm out these Horn Devils, go ahead and throw that in the comments section. I'd love to get this discussion rolling. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day!